Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hello, you guys. How is everybody doing? I am faceless tonight. That's all right. Okay, you didn't come to see my face. Came to hear what I had to say. And I don't want to hold you because I know that it is late, especially on Central Standard and Eastern Standard Time. And so I want to earn the right to your time real quick, okay? A lot of things been transpiring. When I tell you I'm a dollar, you know how they say a day late, a dollar short? Like I'm literally right there, almost home, you guys. And so I want to say first and foremost, thank you all for tapping in on tonight. If you are new here, I welcome you here. If you are returning, I welcome you back. Cost of admission over here is simply a share, okay? I'm not showing my face on tonight just because of the atmosphere that I'm in and getting my kids and all of that stuff laid down where I can have enough time to come by here real quickly, okay? We are still passing through, traveling back home, and we are almost there, okay? That is what I am at liberty to say. So I thank everybody who I serve, who I show up to serve, for your grace and your patience. I want to say that first and foremost. I also want to put this PSA out for those of you that sometimes my people is a trip, real talk, and it doesn't matter who it is. Sometimes my people are a trip. And, you know, since my first child has passed away, I've been grinding. When my second child passed away 2 years ago, it's like I kicked the grind in overdrive. I was so determined for the enemy not to take me out or take me down. Okay. So my lick back was to come out into these social media streets and into these Texas streets, Atlanta streets, all the streets that I was traveling into to break chains and to liberate. Okay. And I never took a break. I never took a time to heal, you know, around the time that their deaths are 9 days apart, with one coming up in 6 days and the other coming up in 15 days. They're both passed away in the same month. Outside of those days or a couple days leading up to or thereafter, I haven't took a rest. Okay. And I really don't appreciate people that know when I show up to serve, I serve hard, I give for free, I educate, I impact, I empower, to not allow me grace to go and take care of my family, who comes first, without the shenanigans. Okay. Without the, hey, is we, you know, without all of the shenanigans, real talk, to just allow me the space and the place. There has been so much loss in my family, and many don't understand that I am one of the pillars. I haven't met any of the other ones, but I am one of the pillars in my family. Okay. That hold my family together. And there are some times when duty calls and I have to show up. And this was one time that duty called. I was not taking no more L's in my family. There's no more loss. in, in my family on my watch. And that don't mean that I'm a big bad, I can override what God says. But anything premature moving demonically, prematurely, all of that stuff, it will not happen on my watch. So I needed to take the time to be able to really minister to my family. And even in doing so, I still showed up for people to try to serve. Okay. So thank you to those who understand and extended the grace that when this woman come back, she definitely gonna go hard. Okay. Because I said so. And whenever I show up to serve, it's always an overdone situation. I overdo because I'm a servant. But for those who could not, or maybe anxious about something in any capacity, yeah, this is a rebuke to you. I think that was very like selfish and ungrateful. And even in so, I am examining who I want around me and who I want to serve. I don't want to serve anybody with a scarcity mindset. You can't run with me. You can't hang with me. I don't want to have anybody around me in my spirit of influence that, if I'm not serving you, then I can't serve anybody else. No, that ain't going to work either. Okay. Whenever my family has a need and God sends me on an assignment, I'm going to answer that call, and everybody else just going to have to wait. And there ain't nothing nobody could do about it. Okay. So I just needed to put that out there real clear. It really bothered me. And I'm not one that lay down with stuff in my heart. I'm not one that lays down with, allow my emotions to be toyed and played with and strung out and all of this stuff. So I needed to address that for those. Okay. It's been a couple, and I see you if you don't think I see you. Okay. This discernment is on steroids over here. Most people should know that. And I'm going to address what needs to be addressed. If you can't give me the grace to go take care of my family without no questions, without even bothering me, okay? Literally. And I have came on live in between all of this. Not that I owe anybody, not a single person. I don't owe anybody no explanations. I don't owe anybody anything. But literally, I have been going hard in the paint for the last 2 years without even taking a break. So if I say that something going on in my family, something is going on in my family that requires my immediate attention. And that does not mean I have to tell you what's going on in my family. Some things are better yet left unsaid. Okay. You just got to show up, roll up your sleeves, put on your boots, and get to work. And if you cannot respect that, then we don't need to be together. We don't need to be walking side by side. We don't need to be building together. We don't need to be in business together, any of that. So with that being said, now I said I wasn't going to take too much of y'all time. I just needed to explain that. And one more thing that I need to explain, okay? The phone number that you have on the screen, okay? My contact information, my email, the phone number, payment platforms that I accept. That number is very alive and well, okay? I was with one company with this, and I've had this number for the last 4 years. So I was with one company that provides business numbers. And last year, they began to like the ability to text, because I can receive text messages on this line. The ability to text, they wanted me to sign away, on a document. The CPUC wanted me to sign that they can now like monitor my text messages. I had a problem with that. It was either monitor the text messages or don't have the ability to text message. People can message you, but you can message or respond to them back. So I did that for a while. Then it was forced. Like, you can't even have this phone number unless you fill out this verification. And it was just too invasive, wanting too much of my business. So I didn't fill it out. And they shut the number down. Now I could have moved to another company, but I am a stickler about phone numbers and just about certain things. Okay. If I have had my phone number for over 17, 18 years. I'm not one to just change phone numbers and all of that. No, I don't like that. People that have the number who've never used the number may need to use the number 2 years, 3 years down the road. So I'm a real stickler about that. And I went on ahead and gave in and signed the verification process. And then, they gave me the number back. Well, about maybe 3 weeks ago, they send me another invasive verification form or completion that I need to do in order to keep the number to go with the updates. I'm like, look, y'all is asking for too much, just like y'all out here asking for BOIs for business owners. Who's the beneficiary, making us send in IDs and different things of that sort. Like, yo, that's too invasive for me. Y'all have enough information. If you need to know who I am, you got enough information in your databases. From me being on welfare, to me being on Section 8, to me going to your hospitals, y'all got more than enough information on me. You don't need no more. So I'm real big on that. I stopped going into the physical gym because they start requiring you to sign in with your thumbprint or scan your ID. I don't do well with those type of changes. Okay. I don't like them. I think if it's not broken, then you shouldn't fix it. And all this AI technology stuff, that they're implementing, it's just like, okay, this is a little bit too far of reach for me. So they wanted me to complete a verification process a second time. I said no. So what's going on with the phone number and why I shared all of that so people know, people email me and say, hey, the phone number says it's not working. The number is alive and it is well. I'm just waiting to have the number released from that platform to another platform that I want to use. And I had to research and make sure they can port my number in, give me some of the same benefits, if not all of the benefits that I have with this carrier. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm just waiting on them to release the number so I can keep the same business number that is on documents that pretty much everybody have. I don't want a new number. So I have to wait on the process. The best way that you can contact me is via email at this point in time. Okay? Until they release the number. I don't know what day that's going to be, when that's going to be. It's supposed to be soon. I have called, contact them, but that's not the only means of communication. So now that has all been explained, I'll tell you why I'm here. And like I said, I'm not going to hold you long. Let me go ahead and get started on Instagram, and then I'll go ahead and discuss what I need to discuss and offer what I'm here to offer. And y'all know we fighting against the robots, so let me know who in the chat. If you don't mind sharing this as well. I know it's different time zones, different times and time zones. But if you don't mind sharing, that is the only cost of admission over here. Liking, engaging, commenting. Let me know who's watching me, who's viewing me. Let me know the 5 that are viewing me from YouTube. Okay. You guys go crazy on the hearts. If you have not liked or subscribed, please do so. And if you have done all of that already, then why don't you go ahead and put your name in the chat. Let me know where you're representing from. If I can serve you in any way, then let me know how I can serve you, okay? And then for those over on Facebook, on my business page, and my personal page, go ahead and let me know who's in the chat, okay? I promise y'all I'm not going to keep y'all here even an hour. But we supposed to know who labor amongst us. And, I'm trying to figure out who's tapping in on tonight. Hi, Sister Paula. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Let me go ahead and welcome my audience over here on Instagram. Hey, Roll Tide, I see you. I have liked, but it didn't show up. Really? Okay, well, could you keep on liking it? And thank you, Sayar Yinam. I appreciate you. You're doing well. Awesome. Amazing. Amazing. All right, let me go ahead and say greetings to my cousins over here, and we'll get right into it. Hey, what's going on, Instagram fam? It is your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds. I know you can't see me, but you can hear me, and you already know what I come by to do, and that is to disrupt. I want to earn the right to your time tonight, so I ain't gonna hold you too long. I am gonna be here strong, okay? Don't mind the black screen. You can hear me clearly, and that's really what I want you to do. That serves the purpose of this video. If you don't mind sharing to somebody's DM, to your story, etc., tagging somebody in here, that'd be great. Okay, that is the only cost of admission over here in these streets. If you are new here, I welcome you. I hope that you would come back. I hope that something that I say on today would be enlightening, encouraging, etc., edifying, impactful, however you need that it will be that. Okay. And I hope that you would come back, return soon. If you are welcoming back and you didn't already stop by at least 2 times, you might as well go ahead and lock in. Go ahead and hit that follow. Go ahead and hit that friend, whatever it is on this platform that you got to do to stay connected. Turn on that notification bell so that whenever I'm live and dropping gems or opportunities, you won't miss them. Okay. That being said, seems like I've been shadow banned. Hopefully not. I rebuke it if it is so. That's what I do. I don't own the systems, but I can rebuke them and keep them in their place. I definitely know that a lot of my subscribers have gone away from 10,000 to like 9,000 and something. And I've been seeing the decline. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. But yeah, it is what it is. I have multiple channels. They ain't stopping nothing. I got people watching from multiple channels as we speak. And I have found out a way to make sure I stay in the algorithm. All right, y'all. So y'all see on the screen, you can't see me, but you can see that image. And that say, let's make some money, babies. Okay. I titled this, Are You Ready to Change Your Money? That's the title, because what is happening right now, the tariffs are working. I will say this, wasn't going to get into anything political, but you can't help but to get into things political. These tariffs is working. And when I say they working, I mean they working for the people that are, in business and implementing them bad boys, and they out here playing this trade war, and they're also working for the people, actually working against the people that are living paycheck to paycheck. People that's out here losing their wits because they don't know what they're gonna do. Okay. And for whatever reason, if that's to bring balance to the United States, if that's to have an ego, if that is to whatever they got going on, okay, I don't like to focus too much on that, even though it's right here blatantly in our faces. Everything is changing and everything is going up except our paycheck. And when I see them make moves, then you definitely gonna see me make time to come by here and announce. You don't gotta get caught up in this system. You actually ought to be making your exit out of this system and creating your own ecosystem while you have the opportunity, you have the time, and you have the ability to do so. It's never been easier than it is now to create your own ecosystem. It really isn't. Okay. If you just wrote a book, something, whatever it is, okay, there's so many different things that I could take all night and all day to actually go over so many different things that you can do to create your own ecosystem. Okay. You never have to show your face, just like I'm not showing my face on this live. And I can literally come and talk to a group of people. Okay. We're not trying to save the world. We're not even trying to reach the world, because if we try to do that, we reach nobody. We want to reach those who we have been assigned to reach. So I'll give you a perfect example. Okay. And I will show you and demonstrate. Let me go ahead and show you how easy it is to create my own ecosystem. Okay. I'm going to show you this in 5 minutes or less, literally. All right. Let me open up a new chat. And then I need to make sure y'all can see it. Cool. I'll try that later. Where is the side panel? Okay, here we go. So say for instance, let me come up with a good topic. Somebody give me a topic real quick. Somebody give me a topic real quick. Just real quick. Give me a topic. What you think people might need help with right now? Let's start with that. What do you think people need help with right now? Somebody give me a topic real quick. I want to do this in 5 minutes or less. Financial freedom. Okay. All right. So, okay, I see him coming in. Financial freedom help. Brother Clifford beat you to the punch. Okay. So I'll come up here and say, can you act as a researcher who has spent time in underprivileged, I don't got time today, chat, privileged communities, trying to understand, to assist those who need financial freedom, and what is a plan of action that can be taken to help those trapped in poverty learn and earn financial. The longest part is me typing freedom. I really want to focus on the area of credit and investments, because I know this is really missing in that community. Afterwards, can you create a 10-page guide that I can give away for free as a lead magnet? Okay, so I want y'all to see what I wrote on here so you understand. We're going to do this in 5 minutes or less. I'm going to show you how I can actually create my own ecosystem. I told this thing exactly, and this is what AI does. Okay. It thinks and act as an assistant for you. That's it. You tell it exactly what you want. Now it goes and gather all the data from the websites, from the books, the podcasts, the masterminds, all of from Harvard, all of the universities. It go and grab all of that data so you don't have to spend decades researching here and there and putting it together. Okay. It does it for you in seconds. But you got to be very clear in what you're asking, as if this is a human being. Tell it exactly what you want. Okay. This is how I would create my own ecosystem right now, tonight, live in front of y'all. Okay. Our job is to get out of that out of that system, because that system is crushing us. Everything is going up except your money. Okay. Except your resources to maintain your basic livelihood. To heck with taking vacations. When the last time you've taken one? Can't even afford to. Gas is too high. Food is too high. All of this stuff is happening. And then you have rising costs because of these tariffs on everything practically that we use. So if you don't have a plan to get more money to be able to help you just survive, because that's what people are doing right now. If I needed to get my own ecosystem and be able to just generate me 250, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, so be it. Here we go. Okay. Can you act as a researcher who has spent time in underprivileged communities trying to understand to assist those who need financial freedom? And what is a plan of action that can be taken to help those trapped in poverty learn and earn financial freedom? I really want to focus on the area of credit and investment, because I know this is really missing in that community. Afterwards, can you create a 10-page guide that I can give away for free as a lead magnet? I'm creating my own ecosystem. Okay. Absolutely. I'd be honored to help you with the mission. Let's start by approaching it as if I've been embedded in underprivileged communities, talking with families, attending local events, visiting community centers, and really listening to the needs, pain points, and limitations that block financial progress. This perspective will help us create a realistic and empathetic plan of action that meets people where they are, especially when it comes to credit education and investment knowledge. So here's the findings. It went and gathered all the information. This brain represents it was thinking. Key findings: lack of financial education. Many never learn how credit works, how to use it as a tool, or how to recover from credit mistakes. Schools don't teach this, and families often don't have the knowledge to pass down. Fear and mistrust of financial institutions. This is what's keeping them poor. Survival mode mentality, lack of access to mentorship tools, information overload, and scams. Okay? Here's a plan of action to promote financial freedom. Start with a foundation, education, and awareness. Host workshops and webinars. Real life stories, share testimonials, social proof, show results. Okay? Repair and empower. Step-by-step credit repair guidance. Use consumer law to empower people to challenge errors, understand their rights, and build positive credit history. Now, AI is telling you to use consumer law. Why would they tell you that? Why would they tell you to learn how to challenge? Why would they tell you to use the law to have things removed from your credit report, to educate yourself about positive history, and to understand your rights? Why did they tell you to use the Federal Credit Reporting Act and the Federal Department of Credit Protection Agency? Why did they tell you to use consumer law? Same thing I've been telling y'all for a cool minute. Okay. Offer free dispute letter templates, credit score tracker sheets, and access to legit credit monitoring tools. Build wealth through investment. Okay? Teach how to invest 50, 100, or 500. Starting small. Focus on Roths, index, fractionals, land, and real estate, especially tax lien sales and raw land investing. Now I wonder why this machine said this. Ain't this the same thing I've been saying? Land banking, buying you some land, some commercial. Been saying the same exact song that AI is teaching. Okay? Accountability and community. Create a movement, not just a message. Have a monthly goals and check-in. Okay? Get on a Zoom. Start a group. Have everybody every month check in. Where are your goals? How many have you reached? Here's my lead magnet. Credit to Coins, the financial freedom blueprint for underserved communities. Okay? I'll create this guide for you now. It will be clear, simple, and powerful. Give me a moment to draft the content. Would you like this guide designed as a branded PDF too? I can format it like a professional ebook with your name, logo, idea for email opt-ins, and giveaway. Let me know your brand name and style, color theme, and I will include that as well. Peep game. I'm creating my own ecosystem. I'm going to show you in just 2 minutes what I'm talking about. They're going to generate me this. Yes, please. I would love that. My brand name is Pioneers Power Circle. And I was going to get my color palette, but let me see. Let me see if I can grab it real quick, because I have my colors. Matter of fact, I'm just going to tell them I love money green, gold, silver, and pearl white. Okay. Let me know your brand name, style, color, theme, and all. And the theme would be financial empowerment and breaking financial chains, barriers, and mindsets. Okay, so now it's going to go ahead and create this ebook for me. It's going to create it as you see it's doing. Okay, literally. Now, how am I going to turn this into my own ecosystem? Okay, I got the chapters. I get this away for free. For free. Ready to break financial chains? Follow Pioneers Power Circle for exclusive content, live training, and support. All I got to do is go ahead and put in my Instagram, put in my Facebook, put in my YouTube link so they can follow me. And now what I'm doing is building a tribe. They're going to follow me. I gave them something free. And I gave them something that is valuable, some education, something that they can read, something that ain't going to take them 10 days to read, but something that's powerful and impactful. I give this away for free. Now what I get in return is followers, subscribers, just with telling them to follow me. I'm building my own ecosystem. I'm building my own tribe in that aspect. In order to get this, they're going to have to give me something in exchange, their name and their email. That's my own ecosystem. Facebook don't control it. Instagram don't control it. YouTube don't control it. I'm using these platforms to build my own ecosystem, okay? Because I'm about to show y'all something on the email play. I never have to show my face. I went over and used AI to help me come up with a plan. Now they didn't even created the free document that I'm going to give. So now that I have that, I pass that out for free. Hey, check it out. Check it out. This was going to be my free lead magnet. Let me close this out right here. Can you give me one free credit dispute template according to consumer law pertaining to financial transactions being reported on my credit report. Okay, so I asked it to give me a credit dispute template that I can give away for free to attract my ideal audience on social media. Okay, so now I'm asking it, can you give me my free credit dispute template that I can give to them? Okay, I want to get them in my ecosystem. Here go my dispute letter. It tell you what to do. Send this certified because it is against the law. Okay, this is the consumer law that says you cannot report my financial transactions to my credit report. And the bureaus must investigate this within 30 days under this law. So now my letter is drafted based upon this law right here. I am writing to formally dispute inaccurate financial transactions on my credit report, as I have the legal right under the Fair Credit Reporting Act 15 USC 1681I to challenge any unverifiable, inaccurate, or outdated information. Upon reviewing my credit report, I found the following erroneous accounts. Now I just list the accounts, period, point blank. It's a whole letter draft out, okay? This is what I'm going to share for my social media posts. Fix your credit for free. Then I'm going to give them a little text. Did you know that credit bureaus must remove inaccurate financial transactions if they can't verify them? Use this free dispute template to legally challenge errors on your credit report under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Comment the word dispute below and I'll send you the template for free. Or you can DM me for a one-on-one credit coaching. This template is 100% legally backed by the Federal Credit Reporting Act. So now I got 10 million people that want that free document. Everybody want to get out of debt. Now I just built me a 10 million email list off of social media, off of AI. When they DM me the word, now my website will just kick in and give them the template without me ever having to do anything else in real life. Okay? So now, after I do that, I'll say, okay, great. My goal is to build an email list of 10,000 that I can generate $1 million in 6 months or less by offering upsells to my credit sweeps, credit sweep packs, mentorships, and masterminds, and in-person events. Can you give me the strategy to do this only using the emails? And give me numbers of how much each price point should be and how many upsells I would need to reach my financial goal of $1 million in 6 months. Now, okay, great. My goal is to build an email list of 10,000 that I can generate $1 million from in 6 months or less by offering upsells to my credit sweep hacks, mentorships, and in-person events. Can you give me the strategy to do this only using the emails? And give me numbers of how much each price point should be and how many upsells I would need to reach my financial goal of $1 million in 8 months. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on that. And now they're going to build me my 8-month roadmap to $1 million using a 10,000 person email list as my main funnel. The good news, this is very doable, period. Especially in the credit space where demand is high and value is life-changing. I'll break it down step by step with price point, upsells, conversion rate, and total income projections. Now I got an assistant working for me. Here is my mind map. This is how I'm going to do it in 8 months. I'm going to follow the plan. Okay? Here's my goal, $1 million in 8 months. Here we go. Okay? Build the list. Go ahead. Give them the lead magnet, the free credit dispute letter template, and the 10-page guide from credit to coins that they just made for me. I'm on target undeserved communities, low credit individuals, aspiring wealth builders. My platforms I'm going to use is Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. My call to action, which is my CTA, is download my free credit repair blueprint. And they're going to opt in with their email. Okay? We're going to assume 30% email open rate and 5% click-through for sales. So here's my funnel strategy and my price breakdown. Okay? I'm going to offer them a low ticket for $27. 500 people is going to buy that off that 10,000 list. And that's going to generate me $13,500 just on the low ticket. If I want to do the credit sweep hack, it's telling me I can do $97, right? 300 people is going to buy that. That's going to bring me $29,100. My high ticket mentorship, $997. 200 going to buy that. That's going to generate me $199,000. I can offer premium coaching. Price would be $2,500. 150 people, and I'll make $375,000 on that. And then my live person events need to be from minimum $997 to $2,500. Have 150. This is in 8 months, and I will bring in a 6-figure day. Okay. I can offer something monthly like a community for $47. 300 people doing that. Okay. That'll give me $112,000. Total potential would be $979,000 rounded up to $1 million. Okay. It shows me how to offer them the freebie, write up the emails, what my monthly sales goal breakdown should be. I need 25 people buying my $2,500 coaching. I need 50 people buying my $997 mentorship. I need 100 people buying my $97 credit hat. Okay. And I need upsells and monthly subscriptions. And now it's going to give me the rest of the keys that I need, blah, 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 blah. Okay. How I'm going to hit 1 million in 8 months. Okay. And then it's going to ask me, do you like me to create your email sequence for you? Once I get them on my email list, I don't never have to go back and say, hey, could the algorithm reach these people on my email list? No, I control my own ecosystem. And if I do 1 million in 8 months, I could do 2 million in 16 months off of a 10,000 email list. And when I tell you it's not hard to get a 10,000 email list, it's not. It is very easy, especially when you're giving something away for free. Because just like I went in there and said, give me that dispute, the next day I could say, give me a dispute letter for charge-offs and to have them removed in 48 hours or less. Give me one for student loans. I could say, give me one for child support. And every day I'm just putting out free content. It's easy to get 10,000 and then do $1 million on a 10,000 email list. I've now created my own ecosystem. I make money every day, not every 2 weeks. I do not exchange at all my time for money. I automate everything. That way, if I need to go and do coach, mentor, travel, I can do that without having to worry about how my bills are going to get paid. They can't shut my email list down. They can kick me off their platform, but guess what? I still own my own ecosystem from the people that I got off your platforms. That's just one way. There's so many different ways. So many different ways. Literally. Okay. I'm going to be teaching this now that I'm about to be home. And who knows, maybe God held it up for somebody who missed the opportunity and don't want to miss the opportunity again. I'm going to share, this is another way that you can control your own ecosystem. Let me grab this photo real quick so I can show y'all real quick. All right, so I'll download that. And then I'll come back over here. Let's see. Let me show y'all another way. Share the screen. I know it's going to make me go back and log in because I haven't been logged into this site for a very long time. But we can go ahead and handle that real quick. All right. I'm going to show you just real simple. Okay. I don't promote this, but there are people who look for things like this. And I'm one of the ones who can customize, what it is that they're looking for. So I'm going to come over here to catalog. Which products are on your wish list but aren't in your category yet? Let us know. No, could you move? Let's see. How do you spell ashtray? Is it? Okay. Let's go back to catalog. Maybe they don't have the ashtray over here. Let me look in glassware. Okay. Say, for instance, I'll take this mason jar, okay? My people like this have their own drinks in it or whatever the case may be. All right. So I could take something like this. And literally, this will literally take me 3 minutes to do, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and hit upload from my device. I'm gonna go ahead and put this photo here. And that's how it's gonna look on the front. Okay, I'm gonna preview it, see how this cup is going to look. Well, it's mason jar. Okay, this is gonna be what it looks like now that my photo is on there. I can go ahead and hit edit again. And then I'm gonna see about that. Okay. See if I can make this a little smaller. You do this like this. Make this a little smaller. And then I'm gonna make a duplicate of that. So I can put this one over here. Like that. Let me minimize it a little bit. Doesn't take long at all. Copy, drag, drop, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna actually change the color. See if I could, see, this bright color may not look as expected, okay. I'll leave that. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like on the front. On the left-hand side, it's gonna look like that. Okay, it's gonna look like this on the kitchen table. If this computer hurry up, I don't know why it be taking this long, okay? So that's what it's gonna look like. I could take the puff puff off, you know. Let's see, graphics, say for instance, let me see if I could search it somewhere. It's gonna look for something else, but I ain't gonna mess it up. AI image, let me see. Leaf. Let's see if they actually give me that. If they do, I'll be amazed. And they give me that for free. Okay, cool. They gave me a leaf. So I'll do faux 20. And then I'll do this side, faux 20. Okay, so I'll leave that like that on that side. 420 the date and 420 the time. And then I'll take this. Well, I don't want you to cover up her. And then let me see. if I could make something else. Cigar, smoking, cigar. Let's see. Are y'all seeing this? Y'all let me know in the chat. Okay, it's going to be 420. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be spending money on 420 products because that's just what they do. I know for sure my brother is one of them. I know a lot of people in my family that this is what they do. They get mad at me because I get up there and be like, now y'all know, ask God to forgive y'all for smoking the devil's lettuce. I'll put something like that up there, mean, where I'll just mess up the hell high. I don't want him smoking a cigar. No. I didn't say man smoking a cigar. I clearly said smoking cigar, maybe a lit cigar by itself with smoke coming out. Let's see. I'm going to try to take the background out. Okay, remove this. Quick remove. Just quickly remove the background. Okay, there you go. So now I have that, and then I can have this over here like that. Oops. And then I'm going to remove the background on that. Quickly remove that. And then apply. Okay. So I am going to have something like this. I'm going to make a copy of it. So now all I got to do is drag that over here on this side. And then I'm going to click on this one. Let me move that out of the way. And make a double of that. Move that back over here like this. Now let's see what it looks like. Okay, make sure everything lines up accordingly. Now let's see what it looks like. You watching, Brother Cliff? Ain't never been this easy to create my own ecosystem. I don't have to show my face. They already gonna give me the photos, as you can see here. They gonna give me the photos. All I'm responsible for is creating the design. They gonna give me the photos, okay? I'm gonna download these photos. That's what it's gonna look like now on the left side of the glass. We just seen the front. This is what it's gonna look like on the left-hand side. And this is something that they can take out with them on this day, okay? See how I got the little smoke going over the phone? Make it look real. Same thing on this side. Okay. I can just go ahead and download these photos and go ahead and upload them to social media with some trending sound. And people are already going to be like, dang, where can I get that? I can just go make a whole bunch of different products. I don't just have to make, glasses, but those are popular. Those are really, really popular. Let me go back out of here. Yeah, close. Then come over here to catalog. And we're going to come to catalog home. So I could make Drinkware, I can make hoodies for that day, sweatshirts. There's so many different things I can make. I can make acrylic ornaments, mugs, candles. Okay, they're gonna need to burn it when they burning that stanky lettuce. They're gonna need something to smell good. Okay, I can make them a phone case with that same image. Okay, I can make them a wireless charging pad. Okay, somebody might want that on their desk. So many different things that I can make. They have a whole entire catalog of different things that I can make, as you can see here. Okay, tank tops, shoes, swimwear, baby clothes. Now you shouldn't have that on your baby. Home decor, bathroom towels, pillow covers, canvas, poster cards, all kind of stuff. Okay, there's so many different things that I can make using that one image. And then next month, after photo, yeah, it is 420, right? After 420, then what else you have? April, Passover, Easter. You could, I mean, you can make those. People are gonna buy them, and this is how I create my own ecosystem. I make what I want to make, when I want to make, how much I want to make. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to give a couple of you guys an opportunity. If you guys want to learn how to craft yourself to cash or craft your way to currency, not just using Printify. Okay. Not just using Printify. Let me close this out. What did I just do? Not just using Printify, but all sorts of ways. Learning DeepSeek, learning how to create courses or e-guides, how to craft your way, okay, to 10K literally every single month. I've showed you guys receipts on digital products, okay? This is outside of trade lines, but $16,000 months on digital products in February, $10,000 in January, okay? $10,000 in December, $9,000 in November, consistently. That's my goal, to show you how to use these tools, simple tools that you can use, such as a photo and another tool platform. You don't have to control no inventory. You don't have to do any of the such. It creates the image, you put it on the product, and voila, you're ready to sell. You're ready to make money. And then you're going to need a website. And a website is going to be needed so you can sell your stuff. We don't want you just creating your stuff. We want you to be able to sell it. That is important. We want you to be able to automate it so that it can sell while you are asleep. We want you to go ahead and help you set up your auto DMs so that when you are asleep, your money ain't sleep. Your money should be working for you even when you're not working. Okay? And you need a platform to sell. So we're going to put your website together. We're going to also give you a whole entire list with 200 free groups that you can literally sell without selling. And there is a strategy to selling without selling. Okay. Apple don't come out and say, hey, buy my new phone, buy my new phone. No, they just post a video about the Apple i 2059 million, whatever numbers they come up with, and they show you all of its capabilities. It can be dropped. Those are speaking to people pain points, because people be like, we keep buying these Apple phones and then they drop and they, shatter everywhere. We have this high bill to pay off this phone, and we have the ability not to be able to get the same phone, whatever the case may be. So it advertises its pain points. It's waterproof. The camera zooms in. The camera is flawless. All of the things that people want when they go out and buy an iPhone. Okay. So they're not really buying an iPhone. They're buying the accessibility. They're buying the brand, what this thing can do. And they don't advertise it as, hey, buy my iPhone. No, they just let you know this is what's dropping. This is what it's going to do. And if you want to pre-order, go ahead and put your pre-order in. And even if you don't want to pre-order, go ahead and have your coins ready. So when it drops, this is what you call a launch. This is how you make $1 million in a day with a launch. Okay. So I teach you marketing mania, marketing madness. Okay. How to do guerrilla marketing, how to sell without selling. And then I give you 200 groups where you can literally go in there and just post. Be like, hey, out of these 4 images, which one do you like? That's selling without selling. Because now people get under the comments, and then I teach you a strategy of how to trick the algorithm to say, hey, we need more people commenting on this post inside of the group. And then you respond, or you set up an autoresponder who acts as if they're you by them saying certain keywords. And then they go ahead and take over the conversation, which is to bring them back to your website, to download the free template, to buy an upsell. We have the ability to do all of that, okay? So in this workshop, I'm going to teach you all of that. I'm going to teach you all of that. Let me see if my many chat is up here. This is an automation. Let me reject all of this. You are so much better. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm going to show you what an automation is, okay? So much better than you. Hallelujah. So while I am, do you need apps like MailChimp for email automation? No, you can use it, but no, you don't have to. There's so many of these AI platforms that you don't need that no more. They come already integrated into their platforms. Let me go over here and show you automation. So while I'm out of the state, ministering and helping my family, I'm still receiving people contacts, and I don't want you to see all of their information, but you can see 3 days ago, subscribe. 6 days ago, subscribe. 2 weeks ago, subscribe. 2 weeks ago, subscribe. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. This is all automated. And then I get the data on them. Okay. The data tells me exactly whether they're female, whether they're male. Did they subscribe to my stuff? This all comes from, it tells me, okay? I got 160 contacts off of Facebook comments. I got 132 off of posts and real comments. I have 112 contacts. Look how many contacts I have. That's why I told you it's not hard to build a 10,000 email list. This is just on one platform, okay? Let's see. And it Facebook follow up and received. I don't have to do any of that. Facebook followed up and received and had a conversation with them, okay? Let me see. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It tells me load more. I'm not actively saying, hey, can y'all come over here and subscribe to my, no. This is happening behind the scenes, okay? This is called automation. They comment. And then from there, my automation kicks in, okay? I'm going to show you all of this in this workshop. It's $197. Most people start businesses and they don't stay in business because they don't know how to advertise. McDonald's and all these other big chain, blockchain, Fortune 500 companies still advertise till this day. They make millions of dollars and they still advertise to this day. Okay. So if you would like to attend that workshop, put a 1 in the chat. It is $197. It's 4 days. It will be the best 4 days of your life, the best investment you can make. You'll be able to, by day 2, have tools in your hand that make you money on demand. That is the goal, to start making you money on demand. Pretty soon you will not be able to afford bread, eggs, groceries, gas, rent, cable. You have to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, and G in case 1 or 2 of those plans are not working. Okay. So I have that workshop. It is a 4-day intensive for $197. Also, and you just see me do that in a matter of minutes. I now have a free strategy. I have a free email template, credit repair template. I have merch I can actually sell. Okay. I have merch I can actually sell. Not only, and that can be my $27 upsell. Hey, would you like to grab you a hoodie or a coffee mug? Keep the movement moving. Let's make this more than a message, but a movement. In each sale, um, how to start and soundly structure LLC. Um, that's not hard. You definitely want to, and I'll tell you this off the record real quick, just to give you some game. The LLC is all about the name. Okay, any brand is always going to be about the name. When you think about Apple, who do you think about? He took a piece of fruit and started the movement with with an apple. Okay, when you think about Microsoft, you think about Gates. When you think about Tesla, you're not like, oh, you think about Elon Musk. You think about Starlink, you think about Elon Musk. You think about YouTube, you think about Amazon, you think about Bezos. Okay, so you want to make sure the naming is everything. Some names carry high risk potentials, so you definitely want to make sure you create the name that does not give you red flags as a high risk, and that's something that you can brand. Okay, LLC is nice, but when you start putting enterprise or solutions or um, you put logistics or something like that, just looks better. And then you structure LLC, you and maybe somebody else that you could trust, whether that's your child, whether that's your mom, your sister, your cousin, to be the registered agent, and that's all you need. Your basic information, the name of the business. Make sure there's nobody else in your state with the name, that same name of the business, and then your personal information. Who's going to be the owner? Who's going to be the member? Who's going to be the registered agent? Submit your payment, and yeah, you're done. So that's just off the record on how to start and structure a LLC. It's not hard, it's very simple. Next, now we just seen credit up here, okay? Just had that on the screen about the credit. I gave y'all a real steal the other day, okay? I told y'all, been telling y'all for a whole year, I have a credit sweep hack that will remove all your negative items according to the Federal Credit Reporting Act and the consumer law. It is illegal for a lot of the things being reported on your credit report to be reported on your credit report. And if you don't know the law, then they get over on you. You just get got. However, I have a 7-day credit sweep that will sweep your credit clean of late payments, negative items, erroneous reportings, false information. Your personal information has been updated. It just does a whole entire sweep. After that, I give you a $200,000 funding play. Okay, I give you a $200,000 funding play because that is the purpose of getting your credit swept. When you get your credit swept, it does not return back to your credit because you go through the big dogs and not the middle dogs. You go through the CFPB and make the complaint and file that everything be removed. And they are the ones who forces the hand of Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion to remove those items because you went to the manager, the big dogs. Like when you go to work and your supervisor's tripping, you go to upper management. This is what you're doing with the credit suite. Okay. I have a one credit suite. Okay. It works on all three bureaus, but you have to Once you complete one, then you do the second one. Once you complete that one, then you do the third one using the same information. I offered it to you guys for $97. I will offer it to only 3 people here tonight for $97. If you want to take advantage of that, I have a 3 credit bureau credit sweep for all 3. Okay. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. That is also included with the funding play, $200,000 funding play. Okay. Both of these can be applied and they also can be sold. So what I'm handing you is a key for you to get free financially first. Okay. And then you can turn around and unlock doors for others because now you have a tool, you have a digital product that doesn't require you to mail anything in the mail. It doesn't require you to be an expert. It doesn't require you to have any knowledge. It's simply just say, hey, I have a credit sweep. Starting your family first, your mama, your daddy, your husband, your wife, your children, your aunties, your nieces, your nephews. Start within your own tribe first. And then you can also spread abroad and tell other people that's on your timeline and your friends feed or whatever the case may be, or total strangers, because you don't have to have no big following and people that support you. You just need to put it out there. Take those photos, that's called content, faceless. Put some text on it. It is illegal. The ChatGPT gave me exactly what to say. And then comment the word free. They comment the word free. Now they go over here through my automated system. It takes them directly to that free template, and I don't have to do anything. Once they download their free template, then those emails will start being sent out. Hey, thanks for downloading my free template. By the way, I have a whole entire bundle, a complete bundle with 70 different dispute letters that you can apply in your life, and also you can sell to help make more money or generate more revenue into your household without ever having to show your face. And today it's only for this price at this discounted rate. Okay, hands down, if you have 10,000 people on your email list, you send all 10,000 of them out. This is statistically proven. 10% is going to say yes. So if I have 1,000 out of this 10,000 that says yes, I still got 9,000 that said no or didn't look, and I can play with them the next day and send out 10,000 more emails. Okay. There's no limit to how many emails I can send out. When you gave me your email, you actually subscribed to my marketing. Okay. If 1,000 out of that 10,000 say yes to just a $27 upsell, we start small. Okay. Just a $27 upsell, because that's like 2 Starbucks or one trip to the QT, or one trip to Whataburgers or something like that. So if I got 1,000 people that just out of the 10,000 emails that I sent, I got 1,000 people that will at least pay me $27. I just did $27,000 in one day, and I still got 9,000 on my email list that didn't respond, or either it was not for them at the time. Okay. So I have the credit sweeps. I have the single one for $97, which can be applied to all 3 bureaus. But once you complete one, then you submit the second one. Once you complete that one, then you can submit the third one. With the 3 credit sweeps, submit them all together, have all of them knocked out at the same time, and your score will up in 7 days or less. And then you are ready to go to the bank, because the bank is ready to receive you with your clean profile. The sweep is solely purpose, with one purpose in mind, and that is to get you funding. Okay. And that is to get you funding. So I have that for $197. I'm also going to have or I also, shall I say, If you guys want to get in on the trade lines, I've showed you so many times that I don't need to show you because it's like in all of my videos. If you want to make if you want to make six figures with a side hustle, and like I said, all of this stuff, you never have to even show your face, as I'm not showing my face. Excuse me, I didn't want to yawn on camera, or on audio for that case. With the trade lines, okay? And I gathered everybody into uh, the private chat. I'm going to break down how you, as a trade line broker, can literally make 10,000 in a day, 10,000 in a week, or 10,000 in a month. What you make really is determined on you. Okay, it's not no, it's not no, it's not a get rich quick scheme, but it's also not something that can't sell. Like, oh man, I gotta have 8 sales to make this or not. It sells itself. Trade line game. This is where you actually have a part in playing with helping people boost their credit scores, helping people get approved for funding, helping people buy new vehicles, helping people, that's in a situation where they don't know where they're going to go. People not renewing their lease anymore. Their income has changed since the last time, and now they have to move. We have the ability to, and I'm mentioning this for the first time in the trade line plug, you have the ability to offer um, experience boost. That's what I'll say. So if somebody needed to go get a place, then we can boost them up real quick, give them 100 points, freeze certain things so they don't show up. Okay, I teach you all of this, how to do this. You can legitimately create $1 million business, as you just seen ChatGPT say. This is a highly needed industry in the credit space. So this is literally a gold mine, a ticket. I said that I was going to do it right before your eyes openly. Okay. And clearly, I'm not going to turn on my camera because I can't. But clearly, it was over $15,000 in the matter of 21 days of last month. Over 15,000 just on the trade lines. Okay. If I have a $20,000 trade line to Chase Bank, and it's going to definitely boost your score 100 plus points, I'm going to charge you $1,000 to be added to that trade line. Once you're added to that trade line and they see that somebody has lent you that type of money, then they don't have a problem lending you money because the history is there. Okay. So you become a broker where you actually helping people. You get access to the trade line. So you say, no, I want to keep that for myself. Keep it. If it's 15 spots on it and you got one and you can sell the other 14, run it up. Okay. If you got a $20,000 trade line and you got 10 spaces available, and those 10 spaces pay you $1,000, you just did $10,000 in a day. Okay. This is my final call for $497 for you guys to get it on the trade lines. I'm not bringing anybody else in late. I'm not allowing anybody to come in, at a different point. Now we got to catch you up. No, we all going together. We all going together. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to be grateful, blessed that you did do it, because this is a niche in an industry that don't ever die out. It don't ever take breaks. It ain't never affected by inflation or pandemics. It is always needed. It is always in demand. Okay. And you have the ability to put people in positions, in your community, in your bloodline, in your household. Just think about it, if a family of 5 and they got mama staying with them, husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. And then Maybe they got two uncles or an auntie and an uncle. You sweep their credit, add some trade lines, and now everybody got 150,000, 250,000 just off of those five people alone. You are over $500,000. 250, 250. Auntie and uncle got 250. That's fine. Matter of fact, you way over that. You way over a million. My bad. 250, 250. Auntie and uncle got $250,000. That's 500,000. Me and Bay got $250,000. That's 500,000 a piece. That is a million by itself. Okay. And then the other relatives got 250,000. That is $1.5 million off of five family members. Okay. Indeed, your trade line play leverage is way better than what I'm using. Listen, it's just all about how you do it. Like real talk, people need the trade lines. And if you have it in your possession to do so, by all means do it. This is going to be the final call that I'm going to invite you to a place where, you can literally make six figures in a day, or you can make six figures a month. Okay. My guarantee is that you'll make six figures a month, especially in a trade line space. $497 last call. Anybody interested in any of the opportunities that I have mentioned? And I know y'all not just sitting here, okay? I know I didn't just show up, take a whole hour and 31 minutes out of my time for nobody. Whoever you are, I'm waiting to serve you, okay? Whoever you are. But like I said, since I am so close back to being at my domain, it's go time. I'm re-energized, I'm recharged. I'm not waiting on nobody. Y'all already know when I shut a program down, it is absolutely shut down and you are just locked out until the next great opportunity comes along. Okay. I know for sure that I'm not letting anybody else in on this, because if you do, and I don't believe in oversaturation, but I do 100% know that there is saturated areas. And I don't like working in saturation. I always like to be ground level. That way there's nothing but up going to the top. We can go to the first flow, second flow, third flow. I'm not trying to get in on the third and fourth flow and I didn't miss the first and second and ground level flow. Okay. And this is something that not only myself, but my colleagues are making millions of dollars doing. I'm talking about millions with an M, no cap, millions of dollars in this space. And I just want a few people to be able to experience that. A few people who are not afraid. A few people that really, really, really say, look, it's either go hard or go home for me. I may be a single mother. I don't have nobody defending me. Okay. You may be a two-parent household, and it's hard. It's causing turmoil in the marriage. It's causing turmoil in the family because you just can't divide all your attention in all them different places to all those different people and still provide. Okay, it's $497 for the trade line plug. Last but never least, I also have the funding machine. Okay, how to become your own broker, your money broker. We have a system. We go say, hey, if you need money, I got a system that can get you money. Most people are like, well, my credit is bad. Okay, if your credit is bad, then you can go ahead and pay me up front, okay, on the credit sweep. This is how much it is. We're going to sweep your credit. We're going to go ahead and go back in 7 days, because no is not no for us. No is next one, our next opportunity. We're going to go and fix that. And then when we come back, we're going to bring you the corrected, okay? The corrected version of the business plan, yada, 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 okay? You're going to give me what I need. We're going to be good to go, okay? And so it's not a point of, oh, well, somebody will be denied. No, if you got bad credit, we got you hooked. We can hook you up. And then once I hook you up, I'm going to make sure you get funded because I have the systems, the connections. I have the people that I talk to that's going to get you funded. Okay. This is where I get to my big bag. All I need is 4 of these type of sales every single month. I got $100,000 coming in every single month. Okay. By the time, before you know it, I'll already be at $1 million. Making $100,000 every single month for 12 months, I'm already at $1 million. 1.2 million to be exact. Okay, so we fund people whether they just started up a business, have an LLC EIN, whether they got bad credit, even if their utilization rate is high, we help you get funding to stay in business because that is very important. We do not trade our time for money. This is all a part of a system, okay, that I will give you access to. And then, from there, you just run it up. It literally takes 10 minutes to set up all of that stuff. Okay. So for the funding, the money broker, that's also $497. What I did was come up with the trade line plug. You also get all 3 credit bureau sweeps. And and with the trade line sweeps and with the not the trade line sweeps, excuse me, credit hack sweeps and the trade line plug, you also get 5 days. It's a 5-day intensive on how to become your own bank using other people's money and using people's systems to be able to do so. Okay. That is also $497. This is my final call. Okay. On that, we're rolling with or without you. Is there any questions for me before I go? Because now my time is up. I said I'll be here an hour, and literally I'm here 1 hour and 37 minutes, and I will not go any further than that. Let me know over here on Instagram if you guys are interested in anything. You already know what to do, and that is to hit my DM. And I will send you all information that is needed, that you want, that you desire, etc., so that you can make an informed decision. With that being said, I love y'all, and I will see you the next time. All right, any questions over here? Yep, in live video. Okay, cool. Any questions over here? We good to go? All right, y'all. I love y'all. And definitely know every time I show up, it's from a place of love. And I will see you guys the next time.